So this is actually amazing. If you look at the gameplay and the trailer that was released for Rebirth last week, when they are in Junon during the parade sequence, you can see Beagle Stamp over in the side. So Cloud and the main party are still in whatever world, timeline, existence that they've always been in. Okay, but then you've got this terrier stamp over on the side with Zack that you see on like the chip bag or whatever. And so I mean, my personal thinking is that Zack, in whatever world he is in, he is unable to pass into the life stream fully, which makes sense in the lore of the original game because Sephiroth has interrupted the flow of the life stream. We find that out a little bit later in the game, in the original game. But that's what I think is happening, and that there are some really interesting imaginings of what that means. Is he in this like purgatory? Is he still conscious of the regular world? How does he interact with it? I think that there's some really cool things that they are going to do. But it's important that they are telling us Zack's story and showing us Zack's consciousness. What I think is in the iconic moment with Aerith, that like everybody and their mother knows about, right? Everybody's heard of it. What I think is going to happen is that Zack is going to be helpless as he watches what happens. And so we see Cloud's reaction, but we'll also get to see Zack's. And I think it's going to be soul crushing for everybody. It's just going to be like, oh, incredible. But I think this is how they're going to rip our hearts out. If it doesn't go exactly as it did in the original, what I think is going to happen is you have the iconic moment, you got prayers, you've got Sephiroth come down. Maybe Zack comes out and like blocks Sephiroth, right? Maybe that's it. But remember this. Cloud, before that moment, Cloud is taken over by his Genova cells and Sephiroth in this moment. And what does he do? He takes his sword and he's about to be the one to strike her down. I think it would be pretty sadistic if they followed through with that this time. I mean, you want to talk about something gut-wrenching. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I think it could be one of those moments, almost like a Game of Thrones moment with Arya Stark, where she dropped the knife and then suddenly like is able to make the stab. If you've seen Game of Thrones, I think it'd be an amazing thing and a roller coaster of emotions for the blow to be deflected, only for it to come from someone else, like a mind controlled Cloud. Oh, and then it ends like curtain call. Wouldn't that be freaking insane? And it's like, what is gonna happen in part 3? Like, what is happening to Cloud over here? Cloud Aerith shippers would revolt, and you know what? Like, but then what a redemption story, right? Because it wasn't him. It's Genova. It's Sephiroth, right? I think y'all, Square Enix, change the ending. I just gave you a banger ending, you guys. Change it. Y'all clip this and tag Square Enix. It's a banger ending. It'd be so good. People would lose their minds. People would burn their houses down like Nibelheim.